Okay, so you know this meeting is going to be recorded and posted to our YouTube channel. Have that in mind for the duration of the meeting. It's Tuesday, it's September 28th, 2021, and I'm here and you're here, so we must be in the right place. Good evening, it's now 6:32, and we will begin the VPC Zoom membership meeting. The meeting format. I did not arrange with our sponsors for a learning session tonight, so we're pretty much on our own. We have 32 photos that were submitted for viewing tonight. The first round consists of 18 photos. So if we're running long, we can stop after that first round. But tonight, we're just going to share photos. I'd like to contact our sponsor sometime this week. Hunt's Camera and Video can bring us personalized learning experiences for next month. I will email the group through a group email asking you to choose a topic from a list of choices that I create. Please respond as soon as you can, and I'll try to arrange a session by popular vote. Any questions about that? Facebook. No. Facebook. We do have a Facebook group. It's a private group. You can invite yourself, and I'll ask for your email, and that's about all I'll ask you for, and then you become a member of the club. And I encourage you that once you become a member, I'm not going to force you to, but I encourage you to post and maybe comment on the photos that you see. Zoom meetings amongst ourselves. A few months back, Lloyd and I had a meeting session where we had taken band photos. We both went to the same concert that night, and we critiqued one another's photos, and it was brutal, and it was very, very helpful. And since then, Ellen, Lloyd, and I have had such session. And I've had a session with Ellen that I think was very, very helpful to the quality of the pictures that we've, determined we're going to finalize on. And a few other people that I would prefer not to name that I've had those sessions with. And it's a good thing to do amongst yourselves. If you've got a friend that you trust their opinion, or you know what their likes are and their dislikes are, and you feel comfortable with them, sure, use Zoom to share your photos and make them better. Photo ops. This month, we really didn't have an official photo op. However, a few of us, Elaine, Ellen, Deanna, and myself, we went to Huntington Beach. And we went there to shoot the Surf City Surf Dogs. So if you're looking at our group page, you're seeing what we saw, and boy, was that a lot of fun. Weather couldn't be better. Our drive time there, well, we showed up early because there was no traffic. Even when there was traffic, it broke up pretty quick. And it was a really nice day. And I encourage you guys to go on more outings and do things in small groups if you're concerned about COVID, what have you. And that's it. This meeting is going to get started by photo share. Any questions?
No.
Just want to note that there is an outing this Sunday for those that are interested. It's a car show in Chatsworth, and it's posted on the.
Yeah, the car show in Chatsworth is local for us in the Valley. Details, you want to put them in the chat, you can do that. And it's free and it's open to all. Isn't that a fact?
If it isn't cloudy, I suggest you bring some kind of a shield or a screen or whatever, one of those round deals that allows the light to soften. Because the light, when they're sitting out there in the sun like that, it's very harsh. And so you might want to bring one of those along to help manage that situation.
That's good advice. Sounds like you've been burned before.
I've been burned a few times.
Any recommendation on a particular apparatus to bring?
I think that it's kind of fun to bring something that can shoot things up close. So you can find like a little spider in a wheel well, or different kinds of things that would be macro. And I think having a moderately wide angle kind of lens to be able to get a picture of the car and maybe people's expressions as they go by can be a lot of fun. You know, street photography where you just kind of wait until you see the expressions that people have about what they're seeing, because some of these cars are absolutely amazing. And you know,
How do you deal with the hoods being up? It kind of ruin the photograph for me if I don't want to photograph under the hood. Have you ever asked the owner of the car if they could just put it down for a photo op?
No, but I think it's worth a shot. These people love their cars, and they want to show it and make the experience positive. So, you know, the worst case is they put your head under the hood and then shut it.
Yeah.
That one's smart.
Forget
That would hurt, yeah. Especially some of those old cars where the hood is made out of steel.
Okay, I'm going to do a screen share, and I think the best thing for the photo share is, well, for me, the best thing is the fact that I put them all together in a slideshow. So we have 32 photos today to see in a 1-minute slideshow. So pay attention, and that way at least all of these photographs have been exposed to all the members of the club. And then afterwards, we'll do a display of the photos one at a time in a random sort of order. And we'll talk about them, and when the talk begins to lull, I'll move to the next photo. And it's all going to be anonymous. So if the maker of the photo wants to or chooses to, they may announce that they, took that photo and talk about it as well. That's always a learning experience. But for the most part, these are going to be anonymous. And I will now share my screen. And I will now, wow, it's been a long time, a whole month. I don't even know how to do this stuff anymore. Share sound, optimize for a video clip, click the share button, and bam. Can everybody see the share?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. There's some beautiful pictures there.
Nice.
That was nice.
Very
I
nice.
enjoyed that. Okay, we're done. See you guys next month.
All right,
Bye.
You wish, right?
9 o'clock
I
or
really enjoyed it, seeing everyone's pictures.
Okay, now let me just get myself sorted here. I'm working with a different set of hardware today, so it's hard for me to make. So
Just where?
I'll share the screen again, and we're going to begin with a tale of two peers. And I know you can't see it yet. A tale of two peers. Here we go. Are we seeing that?
Yes. Yes. I see it.
so we're doing a peer review, huh?
Uh-huh. I knew you could go there. Someone had to go there. Very good, Bob. You
Thank
took
you.
a witty pill.
That's good. That's a
Vitamin C.
I see. Commentary is good so far.
Well, is this a comparison between color and black and white? Because I think I've become more and more sensitive to black and white in certain things. And if you look at this, depending on what the photographer is really trying to show, but the one on the left, the black and white, is much more effective than all of the color. The color is kind of, if you're shooting for sunset and all the other stuff, obviously the one on the right is a little bit better, but if you're going just for the pier and all the other stuff, the black and white is really has much more punch, I believe.
Yeah.
I would be with the opposite opinion. Only I do enjoy black and white photography a great bunch, but on this one I like how specifically the pier all along to the building at the far right is lit in the whether naturally or not, but it emphasizes like how the sun would be shining on that, and the way the light is on the water, and the water is I like the color one a lot better for those reasons. Just that the building is emphasized with the lighting.
Yeah, I was initially I was thinking that the sun was behind the Rosie's or whatever restaurant that is at the end. But after you said that, I'm looking at it and thinking, okay, no, the sun is off to the right, and that's just the reflection of the sunlight on the top of the fog bank. And it does make a lot of difference having that golden glow along the edge.
The water looks so different too. In the black and white, you could really see the waves. In the color one, it's more, spent more time on it and it's more blurred on the water.
Yeah, it's a much longer exposure.
Hmm. Good.
I have a question of curiosity. Is that a flipped picture?
I was wondering,
No,
No, it's different picture.
no, totally different. Yeah.
It's a diptych. Technically, it's called a diptych. DYPTYCH.
Looks like different times of the day as well.
You have to watch your enunciation there.
Yeah.
It's two different shots.
Or get your mind out of the gutter, buddy.
The one on the left might, I don't know, it might be better if it was a little more of a panorama type shot. In other words, where some of the top was taken away. But then I also noticed that the sun, I believe, is peeking through up there, so that's kind of interesting.
What do you think about shortening up the foreground
Yeah.
to
The one
give
on
it
the
that
left is
panorama?
more dramatic, and the one on the right is softer in its way. I like both of them, but I can't really. Yeah, it's just different. It depends what you like, really.
If you took both of those and you put it on a 1:3 ratio, you would concentrate on the pier, and the other, the waves in the sky would dissipate. It all depends on what the photographer is really trying to accomplish.
Yeah, exactly.
Both well done.
I like the idea that it's like you're going from one dimension to the next. If you look at it as is, like you're going from one dimension that is black and white, and then as you cross towards the pier, you're stepping into another dimension.
Oh, what a great intake.
if,
Yeah.
if we were seeing them separately, it wouldn't bother me. But what's bothering me is the different size of the two pictures. If they were exactly the same size and they were next to each other, it would be easier for me to compare.
Oh,
I wonder what the artist's intent was. I think the two where they're mirroring one another in the center, I think they meet up because of the height of the bridge at that point.
Yeah.
And that could have been the reason why he chose to go 1/3, 2/3, or whatever this ratio is. But I like the 50-50 idea. That would make it more pleasing to my normal eye. But this makes me think. I like it. It has value the way it is. I just wish I knew the reason why. And with that, we're going to go to Bento Ya. Bento Ya.
Oh, that's terrific.
Look more closely.
What is that in between?
There you go.
Sturgeon.
Yeah.
What is
That's
it?
a sushi chef, right?
Yeah.
Really?
You can hardly, you can barely see it until you make it out.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Barely make it out. You guys have good eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a guy wearing a mask.
Interesting how the flow of the dress matches with the chest of the person.
Yeah.
Very well waited for photograph.
Different.
Somebody said something in chat, kind of funny.
Saw that.
Oh boy.
I really enjoy the saturation of what's behind the drape and such a contrasting color.
So that drape is in an ER or a
The restaurant.
Okay, so what I'm going to guess,
oh, a restaurant.
what I'm going to
Okay.
guess is somebody's getting ready to eat lunch, and they happen to have their COVID mask on because they're probably reading the menu at this point. That's my sense of it.
Could be a sushi chef.
That's what I was thinking, just That's the what I opposite, thought. The
Mhm.
kitchen people.
I think it's a
Yeah.
sushi chef.
See how we're interpreting.
Interesting. You can use your imagination. To me, it looked like a surgeon
Our
operating.
interpretation is all over the place. I love it. I love it. Very provocative photo.
I'm convinced you would all be fantastic on the Rorschach test.
I like the interruptions. So you have all this beige, with this well, now you took it off, but and then you have the red, and then it's interrupted with a behind the scenes, with blue and the person, and then it goes back to the banner and stuff. So I like how if it were together, if it were just the whole banner by itself, it's a different picture. But when you invite this little interruption, then it makes it more unique. It stands out more.
I'm wondering what the title conveys, though. Bento Ya.
It's the name of a restaurant.
A bento is.
Okay, the name of a restaurant, a bento. I know what a bento box is, but can someone tell me Bento Ya? I know it's a restaurant name. What does it actually mean? Can someone Google it? Because I fear if I Google it, it's going to show up on that screen and be shared with everybody.
Oh dear.
It's at 317 South Broadway.
It's where?
317 South Broadway.
And what does the name Bento Ya mean? What is it? It's Japanese. What does it mean? Just taking another take on this.
Bento is a lacquered or decorated wooden Japanese lunchbox.
And ya?
I didn't check that out.
That what you say when you're eating it? Ya.
It means call it familiar lunch, good lunch, family lunch.
Oh, okay.
A bento is a single portion takeout or home packed meal of Japanese origin.
It's lunch. Bento mean a combo lunch, some
Okay.
combo meal.
Okay, so it really doesn't help the picture with the title. It's a good title. It just doesn't help us we're all over the place what we interpret it as. It's a doctor behind a curtain. It's a sushi chef. It's someone reading a menu.
Bento ya means box lunch place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
My husband was saying that the yaw means like when you're smacking the fish with your cleaver. That's what you say. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's have different, depending on what you use, different context. But anyway, what do you see? What you see, it actually came from the kitchen crew, because they usually separate the the sushi bar where all the sushi chef working with the back kitchen crew. So people would get entertainment by the sushi chef, but they won't see what inside the kitchen.
Which is maybe better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
Maybe not.
Sometimes.
I used to be on this side looking at the sushi chef through that, so I know exactly what it is. But yeah, for regular people, you not really see what's going on.
Our next photo is titled, appropriately for after lunch, Coffee X.
It's coffee time.
I see Coffee X. So
Well,
coffee
excellent
time.
So you probably don't see that it's the remnants of my coffee. I freeze water in the bottom of this glass and for one day, and the next day I stick coffee on there and freeze it and then add milk later when I'm ready to drink it. But this is the remnants of it. And I just love the circles, the repetition of circles just really appeals to me.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I think so.
Well done.
I love the way this circle.
It has a good feeling of movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
I like what you've done with the focus. Everything's in focus. It's not just all in one plane. I'm impressed.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's a hard photo to take.
Yeah.
One thing I
I
don't
just
hear,
want like some California rolls and coffee now. I don't know why.
It doesn't work.
Uber Eats.
no, doesn't work.
And the ice part is so sharp. It almost looks like it was like brought in from another picture because the edges are so nice. I know it wasn't.
Because it's melted, it turns round. I'll shake it, sip on it. The remaining coffee, and then this what's left over there. But my favorite time of day, late afternoon, quarter calf coffee.
What's
the light source?
What kind of camera did you use? Can I ask?
A 12 Pro cell phone.
Unbelievable.
Well done, Linda.
Oh, thank you. One thing I don't hear much about in composition is repetition, but repetition is so important.
It's actually a topic for one of my special topics.
Nice.
You can say that again.
I have a question. I have a question. What's the light coming from? The light source?
Because this glass is clear, I move it around in front of objects, so I'm always moving it around to just catch the light. So unfortunately, I can't really tell you. It could be the TV, it could be the window. It's hard to say because I'm constantly moving this glass around.
Yeah, it looked like dark field illumination. The light is not directly on the glass, but it came from the back or something. That's one of the stuff we learn in the studio, using dark field illumination.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And our next photo is Dickens Girl.
Oh, nice.
Sharp.
Wow.
Great light on the
I
face.
love this one. I like the texture of the wall or whatever's behind her. Maybe that's a tarp or something. And then because it contrasts against the cloak that this person's wearing, and that the person is hiding behind, the hood. I love this picture. The composition is great. The coloring, the texture.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that Afghan woman picture.
The only thing that I have problem with is too much of the light on her eye. I rather to see a single source only. So it looked like this is just a little bit distracting with her eye, with so many light source there, reflection.
Where's the first place your eye goes to? When I look at this picture, I look at those two crossed white hairs,
Yes.
which
Yeah.
is a total distraction.
Right.
Is that hair or is that string from the garment?
Whatever it comes from,
It doesn't
it's
matter.
a distraction.
You're
Yeah.
right.
That's what I saw. It is a distraction. That can be taken out so easily.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I bring it up. If you didn't have that, you'd be able to appreciate the face and the eyes and the whole and the background and everything. But it's like, boom, that's the first thing you see.
Right.
Well, the light is actually kind of distracting. I mean, in her eye too, because it's just, I don't know, it's just too much.
Well, there's like too many things going on in that eyeball, you know, like you can't see if there's a pupil, what is going on in that eyeball.
I have a problem figuring out where the light is coming from.
I
Because
like
her hood is lit up on the right.
Yeah.
And then the face is like lit up from below on the left. I'm confused, but I do like the picture. It's attractive. It gets
Yes, sometimes less is more. I mean, there's no, it's nothing. There's not much shadow to pop it, the image, except the background. You say the thing,
Looks like somebody put the background in.
right.
You think?
But there's just so many directions. I mean, coming from so many directions. I mean, the light. So it's just, and then of course we were taught to, when you see a portrait, the first thing you go for is the eye, right? To focus on that or to look at it.
That's right.
But it's just the eye tell you that there's so many light going on that studio there or whatever. It's just took away her beautiful eye. It just took away, and then you only have part of the other eye that just get distracted by the hair or whatever the thread hang down too. I mean, it's a nice picture.
Great skin tone.
On to the next one, which is Donna, 60 years ago. I love it.
Donna who?
Doesn't matter.
That's one I took about 60 years ago.
Oh.
And I was looking through pictures trying to figure out what to put in, and I kind of compared what we've done in the last 60 years in photography. This was kind of the norm. I belonged to a camera club back in those days, and we would make portraits and stuff like that. And this is my wife playing my guitar.
Oh.
And I kind of thought that we have evolved a little bit in the last 60 years, and I don't know if it's all been good. I think this is a very simple, kind of straightforward picture of somebody. Nowadays, you'd probably play around with the background and add some color and do this and that and the other thing. And I don't know if all that stuff really improves the photograph.
It wouldn't.
I kind of think this goes back to basics, and that's basically why I put it in there.
Okay.
I love it.
This was shot with a medium format camera, wasn't it?
Probably, I would guess. In those days, I think I had a Retina reflex. And of course, it was black and white.
It's definitely medium format, I think. I'm almost certain because of the aspect ratio and because of the depth. I mean, 35 millimeter won't look like that.
Yeah.
I think this was 35. It was probably plus X.
I love it.
I could be wrong. I know it was a black and white. That's about all I got in those days. Couldn't afford Kodachrome.
I love that you can see the texture of the fringe on the skirt, And,
Yeah.
and you can see the, you know, the texture in the
lace
in
on
the
the
skirt
sleeve.
itself with the, yeah, just it's
Yeah.
really well composed.
It's a sharp picture.
No, I like this.
It is.
This could be on an album cover when you're playing your music, right? This
There
on your
you go.
guitar. This is your album cover.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
the image is very
Yeah.
sharp, so that's why we suspect it's a medium format, because I don't think the 35 millimeter can resolve that much of the detail.
Yeah.
No, not a Kodak Retina.
no.
That's all I used in those days. I didn't film.
But you know, it's a beautiful shot, and it
Yes.
holds up against anything today.
Yep.
Anyhow, we've gone a long ways in 60 years, and I'm not sure what direction we've gone. I kind of like this
You're
kind
still
of
married to the same woman. That's a good direction.
Yeah.
How many years? How many years?
Married 65.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations. That's an
Congratulations.
But not really.
downtown.
What is it at 65 years?
How's that?
I just was it's beyond gold. So is it
Anything
like
you
platinum
want
at
is what it is.
Hey,
Yeah, we're 51.
whatever it is, it's really good.
Oh, I like this one too.
That's nice.
That's a nice black and white.
What's interesting about street photography is how you crop it. In other words, what does the photographer want? Is this 3 people in a certain environment, or is it just the 3 people? You know, because I think it's a good street photograph, but if you look to the right, that little part of the stair really doesn't do anything for the picture. So I would crop that out. And if you're just interested in the people, you could crop it even more. So street photography is, you know, what are you trying to say? These are the people in this environment, or I'm after the people only?
It is people in the environment.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
the stairway you know, it's kind of a monument in downtown LA. It's across the street from the library.
The stairway, I think, is fine. I just think that little thing on the right-hand side, you could crop that out and you still have the stair,
Yes.
which
Well,
tells you, you know, that it's
I
just a
burned
big
it a little
mob.
bit to make it less.
But don't you think the gal is staring towards something, and then you see
I cannot hear you.
The gal is staring toward the stairs, so she's looking towards something.
Yeah.
Whereas
I like the stairs there.
Hey, I don't know if anyone else notices it, but the girl in the middle, if you look between her legs, I don't get what it is, because it's just white. And I can't see, is there a bag in back of her? Or
Oh,
there?
what you're saying is there's no tile texture between the legs. It's totally different.
No, I think the girl all the way to the right might have something in her other hand.
Yeah, if you look
You
down
can see it
below,
below
I
her
didn't
knee.
do anything.
yeah,
I
right
didn't do
below her
anything between
knees.
her legs.
Yeah, you're right.
I love it. I really don't. I don't know.
No, if
Okay.
you look down below her knee, you can see the end of the bag. So I think you're right.
It's a
There's
bag.
Yeah.
It's a bag.
And she's
I like-
counterbalancing the weight of the bag. She's leaning over a little bit to her. I like the freeway sign there telling you where it is.
Look at that.
Yep.
And the girl in the middle had a tiara that says something queen, I don't know what. And they were having a good time.
Hearing,
Happy walking the street, you know, on the street, going someplace.
hearing the sea call. I have to apologize ahead of time. I'm keeping us one eye on the time, and we're going to be here till 11 o'clock at night at this pace. So I'm just picking up a little bit. I really don't want to shortchange anybody, or I don't want anyone to feel that I've rushed through their photo. Please don't. I just want to see them all, as opposed to just 18. Hearing the sea call. I just love this photo. I want it above my couch.
Well, it's a good minimal photo.
Yeah, I love that it's minimalist.
Yeah.
It's the,
Real nice.
it's the vastness of the universe and the insignificance of humans.
Well, the thing is,
Wow.
I think you got too much sky. I'd concentrate on the water.
Yeah, it's
I think
center.
it's perfect.
Yeah, you could do that.
The sky is interesting, so I would keep it like it is.
I like the way it is. You have the sky and the water all together, same environment.
I have a problem with
perfect.
how Yanto is right in the center between the sky and water. That line is just right center. That's something they told us not to do, right?
I like breaking rules.
Too.
Yeah, but I like it in this picture. I like
I
it
like
being right
breaking
there.
rules. I just do.
And it starts
All
off
right.
on the left.
This is a good idea for a black and white conversion.
So, and part of the reason why the sky
in
and
black and white.
part of the reason why the sky in the water work is because there's lots of lines throughout it.
Mm-hmm.
Black and white.
No color.
No, back to the color.
Not without a lot of love.
Yeah, you'd have to
Yeah,
work.
color better.
I did try it in black and white, mainly because there's a layer of smog that I had to remove. So, but it didn't work out well. So,
Now I think your horizon's just a little bit off kilter there.
Oh.
That
I like it.
anybody else see that?
it's possible.
I like it. The horizon is off kilter.
Okay.
A
He's that
little
close.
bit.
Yeah.
Good eye.
Nice picture.
I like the
Just straighten your
sky
monitor.
is smooth and
Oh,
calm.
let me try that.
Yeah.
Hollow.
Thanks, Lloyd.
Hollow.
You're welcome, Bob. Either that or turn your head a bit.
Yeah.
My head's already turned.
Yeah.
What is that?
Hollow.
Hollow what?
Clean.
What?
It's just the name I gave it. That's all.
Okay.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, thank you.
What did you take a
Hollow.
picture of?
There's a little hollow right there.
Like a
It's,
tree
it's a
stump?
pumpkin,
okay.
actually.
Yeah.
Another couple
Is
of
that a
days.
tree
it'll be-
stump? What is it?
Very, very attractive contrast.
Are we assuming that this is a moldy like pumpkin and amazing colors of mold, if that's what it is? And
Yeah, it's a
wow,
pumpkin, yeah.
and you really
Oh, no.
got all the colors, and again the texture. I like seeing texture, and
Yes.
it
That's
really
a
comes
pumpkin.
through in all the colors. It's very interesting because it's not something that you see every day,
Almost like
and
a burnt
especially blue
marshmallow.
mold.
Only in October and November do you see this.
Amazing.
Mhm.
May not be good for
Don't
Halloween.
don't add this for your pumpkin spice coffee. You know, just don't put that in your
Trick
pumpkin
or
spice
treat.
coffee.
You want to kick to it. Oh.
You'll be seeing those same colors, I think, after. Wow, look at that though. That's
It might
really
be nice to have a bit of a vignette to knock down the corners and like that, because the picture is really the top of this thing. And maybe darkening around the outside of the circle.
You can do that. Or yeah, it's so raw. Yeah, I like it.
Well, the vignette would concentrate on the subject.
Yeah. You know, also I like that it's not a full picture. You know, you don't see the entire thing, because then that would be kind of regular. You know, it's like here's a moldy pumpkin, but so coming in closer to see the detail and cutting off a little bit of the top and a little bit of the bottom, I think that's appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And next photo, lady with balloons.
Oh, we see the balloons. Is she a lady?
Always assume that they are.
That's what I thought.
It's so much safer.
Cowgirl.
You're right.
This one's so great.
It's
Like those blues.
It's a little soft. It's a little soft. And if you're going to accent the balloons, you need to pop it more.
If you pop them, they're gone.
Sorry, wrong choice of words.
Saturate them more?
That is
Yeah,
cute.
saturate them more.
Is she taking a selfie? What is she doing?
Phoning home.
It looks like she might be photographing the sky. Look at that.
She's photographing the photographer photographing her.
Yeah.
I can't make it out.
We're trying
That's
to
how
get
the balloons
the jail
match her
bars.
dress. I like that.
Think the street is too white?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's burned out a little bit.
Totally.
Cropped.
Yeah.
Wow.
Next
Yeah,
photo
it's-
is called Navajo Power.
Oh, nice reflection.
Yeah.
Very nice reflection.
Yeah, the reflection is very clear on the reflection of those smokestacks. Yeah, that's.
This looks like the 3 stacks by Whiteman Airport.
I picked the 2 photos this week because last weekend or the weekend before, when we were doing the natural light class, we were talking about Antelope Canyon. So this is taken in the parking lot of going into Antelope Canyon out near Page, Arizona.
Nice shot.
I like how the smoke, so I like this in black and white. It says so much more. You can see the billows of the smoke and they come out fairly clear, and it's a good contrast against the smokestacks themselves. It reminds me of that Pink Floyd album.
Yeah.
I don't think it was Wish You Were Here, but anyway, the cover for that.
Is it the back window? Is it the back window of a Ford Bronco?
Are those
well,
dark?
so this is-
Are the dark dots on the window itself?
It's a dirty window.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, so-
that's what I thought.
In the car door.
My guess, Ford Bronco.
This is my social commentary on climate change. It's a coal-burning power plant reflected in a gas-burning vehicle's window, and that's rain on the windshield, which is probably acid rain.
Photographed by a battery-powered.
You know what? No, I really see that. I was thinking about this is a social commentary photograph.
And a camera with a lithium-ion battery.
That's right.
Anything else you can?
When we have to mine for that.
Anything else you want to throw at that?
Yes.
This is an iPhone photo, which I just. This is back before Instagram had the option to do rectangular photos, so I had to crop it square for Instagram.
Oh, wow.
Northern California.
Where is it?
It's got to be
Mono Lake.
On a lake.
Yeah.
On a lake.
That
That's
Northern
all
California.
Yeah, that's
Nice
very
reflection against the water.
Oh, that's beautiful.
A little hot
beautiful.
where
Very beautiful.
Well, I found that when I take pictures of places like this, I cannot do it in just a single shot. I have to do it in multiple and then kind of mesh them all together. I did kind of tweak the blues just a bit, but that was right at sunset.
Nicely done.
Very nice.
I think so. Oh, boy.
Yeah, you captured the sun setting right up against those structures. Oh, it's really nice.
Makes me want to be
And
there.
you can see the mountains in the back.
If you go there, the best time is sunset, which is this, or sunrise. So that's where you get the contrast between all of the, the whites and the dark blue, and there's a little bit of snow in the lower portion. So it makes for a good photo shoot.
When
How
you
close were you to the water?
probably, well, since I did it in pieces, well, I should not say I did this one in pieces. It's been so long I forgot. So it may have been a far one, and I just cropped it in a 1x3 to make it look like I was closer. So I'm a type of person that, shooting it as it is never good enough for me. I always have to tweak it. But that's how it came out.
Lloyd, you started to say something.
Well, if it was a panorama and you had shot several shots for it, I was gonna just suggest that when you do a wide angle like this, that you put the camera in portrait mode so you get a lot of top and bottom. So it's easier to stitch the picture together.
Well, yeah, I did the same thing when I did Grand Canyon and a couple of other places. So I think this was a panorama and not a stitch. This is an older picture.
Uh-huh.
Osprey.
Lovely.
Nice, nice.
This guy is at Sepulveda Basin. He's there most days, and he had caught a fish, and he was busy eating it. And you can see he's got it clamped down his right claw. And he let me have a bunch of shots of him tearing the fish apart.
Sushi, anyone?
Exactly.
Beautiful wings.
Good
It's
shot.
almost like a cape. Lovely.
Yeah.
Called the Dracula of Osprey.
Nice shot.
Well, and
Halloween.
it's really cool.
Very nice.
And where they pull their body in really, really tight, and then all of a sudden at the end they pop their claws out. But the thing I did miss was him hitting the water, or her hitting the water, because there were bushes in front. But otherwise, I got shots of him doing the dive all the way down, and I'll play with those later too.
Well, what's interesting about this photograph is the claw. It just tells the whole story.
Oh yeah.
It's like holding an ice cream cone there. Small hand on steel girder. Our longest titled photo tonight.
That's funny.
I mean, is that guy gonna be falling? So that I love that because it tells a story that you don't know.
Yeah.
And like I imagine that so only those fingers are in focus and it's on a steel girder, but it tells a story that maybe this guy has got just minutes before he falls from, like a huge building. I love this.
Or it's Adam's Family, what's his name? Thing.
Yeah. Yeah, thing.
I thought it was a commentary on nails.
Jay, I can say a couple things about this.
Please.
So this is a steel girder I found at, I went to the Ronald Reagan Museum, and they showed girders from the World Trade Center. So this is a World Trade Center girder that they now have it traveling around the country and placed in museums. At the same time, there was a field trip of small kindergarten kids, and they were playing on this girder. And what interested me was they really, their age is 5, I guess, 5 and 6. They have no idea of the importance, what this girder represents. And they're playing underneath it, on top, just whatever they're doing. And I was watching them, and when I saw the one child hold on to the girder, that was like a wake-up call. That's, it's re-emerging from destruction, from the depths of despair. So anyway, that's why I photographed it.
Can I comment on a very lower left corner? Is that an artifact from sending it back and forth?
Yeah, because I don't think that was their original.
Yeah, I think it's because I had you take the watermark out.
Right.
It's an artifact, so we won't comment on it.
Thank you.
We'll not comment on the comment about it.
All right. Anyway, that's the photo.
Nice job, Bob.
Very nice.
The house.
Ooh, the house.
Tea house.
It-
Love the
it-
reflections.
Japanese
Love the
garden?
still water. My goodness.
Very nice.
It's in Japan. It was a tea house that I stumbled on.
Lovely.
Just want to
Yeah.
skip rocks right now, don't you? Let's skip rocks, aim for that window.
I didn't do
Oh,
anything.
shame on you.
Once
Nice.
a boy, always a boy.
Nice reflections.
Like a mirror.
Yeah.
Such still water. Unbelievable.
Be nice to bring that sand down in front of the tea house just a little bit. At least on my monitor, it's kind of bright.
That's the Serenity pool, they call it, and they sit in front to meditate.
Okay.
Yes, it's sand is what it is.
The thing about it is, the comment on the sand adjacent to the house, it's a little overblown, and I would take it and I'd just take that sand and I'd reduce the color of it so your eye doesn't go there and goes to the reflection. Because to me, this whole picture is reflections.
Interesting comment.
Maybe I would take a little bit off from the top of the sky, and the reflection would be more important.
No, I think those proportions are pretty good.
Okay.
I'm going to move on to the next one, if you don't mind. Tranquil
Yes.
moment.
Nice.
Oh, beautiful.
wow.
Nice.
That's beautiful.
Could be called
Very nice.
Pelican Brief.
You can see the
That's
mist.
Salton Sea, right? Salton Sea?
Birds wouldn't be on
Yes.
Salt Tree, would they? Oh, would they? It is?
Yeah.
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 You got birds in the sea.
It was during the sunset, and the water was very still. And what I really also appreciate is that thin line right at the base of the mountains or hills, and there was like a low fog right along there, and I wanted to see all the way back, and I couldn't. And then there was this, only a couple of pelicans would fly down and crash into the water, but where it was swimming here, it was just going along there, and I just love that reflection there, because you can turn this picture upside down, and it's like a Rorschach test or something,
Yeah.
Love the ripples.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yes.
I love the silhouette. The bird, really cool.
And the mountains.
Great color.
I just kind of wish I were there sometimes. It really smells over there, right? But I mean, just the image alone, it just kind of sometimes I want to be in that moment where it's just peaceful, and all you can hear is just, the pelican swimming across the water.
This
But
one's
hardly
called,
anybody goes there.
this one is called Vultures.
Warming the wings.
Wow. Is that what they're doing?
Yeah. Just like a
Well,
clown.
they dry them out. I would crop this down just on the birds.
Where?
Well, it's hard, isn't it? Because look at the mountains in the background. I mean, that's also kind of nice.
Yeah, there's such
Well,
a
you
contrast.
got two things going here. You're right. You got the mountains, and then you got the birds. So to me, it's like pick one.
But I like the contrast of the two, the serenity, and then there's vultures.
I see
Okay.
like three lines, like the mountains, then the trees, and then the birds. So it's that uneven number that's relaxing.
Wow, we all have such a different take on it.
Might be nice to,
Let's explore.
might be nice to sit down and take that picture so that the birds were up a little bit higher in the frame.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I actually cropped it because there was a fence that was uneven. So I cropped it and straightened it, which is why they're so low.
Okay.
But I just love the symmetry of the birds,
Yeah, it's beautiful.
vastness of the hills. That really struck me.
Yeah.
There's going to be a day where we're going to have a special topic of before and after. I've already worked on that a little bit, and this is like a very good candidate. You said there was more meat to this photograph below.
Thursday, can you bring your camera and take
I'd like to see
pictures
the
of the
before and
art that
after.
we want from them? So we can
I'm going to move on to the next photo, which is titled Wasp.
Ooh. It's like a border hornet, but it's great.
Wow, I love that it's curved around the flower the same way the flower is curved around it.
The thing of it is, the nice thing about this is it's in focus where it needs to be.
Right, one plane of focus and no attempt to stack it. I like that.
Right.
I like that because this could easily have been stacked and probably in camera with an Olympus or with a slide. I just like the character of it. The right thing is in focus, like you said. That eye has a glimmer in it too. Well done.
Yep, good.
Bokeh is amazing. Look at that greenery in the background with that mauve color behind it. That's so nice.
But yet, look at the detail of the eye that you can see. There's the dark spaces in that one eye. You know, don't have that look at me.
It's looking at you and everybody else.
All at the same time.
All at once.
Kind of a wraparound eye.
And the antennae too. That's just wow.
Yeah, you can see the segmentation of the antennae. I mean, that's amazing.
Huh?
Yep. Our next photo. Where did I park? Oh, went the wrong way.
Wow. That's something else.
Speaking of the hood up.
Yeah, this is one way to take a photo of automobiles on display with all their hood up. I like it. Where did you park?
I don't know. That's
Looks
a
like you
rare
went to buy
pattern.
tires that day.
I would crop the top of that off a little bit more, and then it would be all of the focus on the cars and the hood. That line above it just is kind of distracting.
Yeah, you're talking about the box car in the back, the top. Yeah.
Yeah, just use the box car for background and just drop it about 1/8 of an inch or whatever that is, because you'd get the same effect.
Yeah, and maybe lose a little piece of hood right here that you don't need.
No, you got so many, it still tells the story.
It's a great photo. Maybe the midtones are a little washed out.
Yeah, a little bit.
I find that if I create a black and white photo from a color photo, if I raise the color red and the color magenta, I get better midtones.
The other thing you might do is cut the yellows, because then the light changes.
Wow, I have to try that. No one's ever come back with that. It totally makes sense to me. If red brings up the midtones, yellow's going to take out that highlight.
Yep.
Thank you, Bill.
You bet. But that's a good shot.
Yeah, those are good tips.
So a little more red, a little less yellow. And we're talking about a black and white photo. That's what amazes me. We're talking about all the colors that we can play with to make this black and white photo really shine.
Well, and maybe just hit the contrast a little bit, but you have to play with this kind of stuff.
Can't remember the last time I hit contrast on a photo. The
Well,
next
in,
one,
in high lights like this, it really matters.
we have, we've accomplished 18 photos. And we did that in just about an hour.
Yeah.
And I can maintain a pace of my own where I'm getting 2.5 minutes per photo and get through the balance of them. And I do have a little video treat for us. It's only about 4 minutes. It's from one of our members. I'll introduce it in its entirety and who is responsible for it when the time comes. Should we move forward through the balance of the photos at a little quicker pace of 2.5 minutes? And just keep that in mind during your own commentary. Say what you need to say and let's move forward.
Sure.
The next photo has a title of just the number 3. It's probably not meaningful to the photo. It's titled 3.
It's too soft. It needs to be sharper.
Out of focus, yeah.
But isn't that
Maybe
okay?
that's the intention. Maybe it's
Yeah.
Isn't that
trying to
okay
be artistic.
sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that okay? I like what you said, Deanna, but it's
Sure,
something
it's
I
okay.
like. There's something I like about this photo. My first impression was a double take. And that doesn't usually happen. I usually dismiss photos pretty fast. I took a double take. There's something about its imperfections that's wonderful. That white space in the middle of this flower. I don't know, to each his own. I like the shadow. I like it.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be clear. I mean, we all want it to be because that we're looking at clarity, but I think it's more artistic and it's like
This is a great
meant to
photo
be.
for the lens crafters lobby.
Yeah,
Gosh.
that's it.
Our next photo is titled Downward Spiral. That'll show up in YouTube.
Cool.
Oh,
That's cool.
I have to ask what it is. Is it a
It's a
staircase?
stair. It looks like a stair.
Or a
No, it looks
seashell.
like a shell. Like a seashell.
Snail shell, a crustacean. There's so many things it could be. I don't think it's.
So-
It's not a
This
It's a
is
shell, isn't it?
in Barcelona. This is in Sagrada de Familia.
Yeah.
It's Antoni Gaudi. All his
Have to correct the
architecture is all about mimicking nature.
yeah.
And there's no railings except for this kind of thing here. And oh, yeah, it's a long walk down and down and down and down.
Wow.
So your angle has diminished the pitch of the stairs. It's really nice. I thought it was a crustacean.
I think
of
that's
some
what
sort.
it's attempting to be, like a nautilus.
It's
I mean,
Fibonacci. I think
a sea urchin.
the layout could be more to the never mind.
Left and down.
Yeah, that center need to be go up to the right because there's a layout grid that we learned is the natural Fibonacci layout.
Rule of
Go ahead.
thirds.
Yes,
And this got this
kind of off.
I
don't
no
you think?
I have another picture that goes along with the rule of thirds. I think this one I had to crop it a certain way for a different venue.
Never mind. I mean, it's hard to explain without showing the grid, the layout grid, not rule of thirds. But anyway, all right, next. Wow.
Ooh, look at this guy. Wow, look at the detail.
Sharp.
I love dragonflies.
Did I glitch out there for a moment? Everything went dark here.
Yeah.
Wow.
I went ahead. I didn't have any audio or anything for a moment there. I'm sorry if I cut anyone off. Everything went dark for me.
This is one of those places where if you happen to have a diffuser and can put it over the top, those really hot dots go away.
So does the dragonfly.
No,
That's
well,
true.
not really. They oftentimes will stay there if you're slow and careful, or they'll come back because they go back to the same place.
Don't you know it? Over and over like a hummingbird.
Yep.
Sometimes 5 minutes.
Really? Oh, that's good news.
They'll go back to the same spot, sometimes in a 2-minute cycle or a 20-minute cycle, but they'll come back. Lloyd is so right.
Bizarre.
I learned that from Jay.
I've got one that drinks out of my pool. And that's what he does. He goes.
By the way, in the previous picture, what the gentleman was referring to is called this Fibonacci spiral. You can look it up.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's what I mean.
Mhm.
Okay. Yes, okay. Good
Our
advice.
next
I'll check
photo-
that out.
Our next photo is called, are we ready to move forward?
Yep.
Our next photo is called El Matador Beach.
Oh, I like that.
Ooh.
Wow.
It's very
Something
vivid.
else. I think so.
I'm seeing all the egrets or whatever they are called on top of all the rocks.
Cormorants.
I like that.
Cormorants.
Cormorants.
There we go.
Cormorants.
Okay.
And seagulls.
I just shoot them. I don't know what they're called.
Birds.
That's beautiful.
Very nice.
Can't keep score if I don't know what they're called, right, Lloyd?
That's right.
You get more points if you name them.
They're worth 10 points if you name them. They're
Yeah.
worth 2 if you can't name them. I like
It'd be nice
it.
if you can zoom in on the lone guy on the left. It's got a really tight shot of that guy.
I like the time of day.
Well, if you zoomed in on the left-hand guy, you get a little advantage. There's some birds, seagulls on the lower rock, and then there's one in flight. On
Yeah. Yes, I'm seeing that. I don't know. Are you asking me to zoom?
No, I mean, we're just making suggestions.
Okay.
You know what? It's my picture, and I probably did take pictures of just that one rock with the birds, because I got a long zoom and I was in and out and all over the place. Some of those birds I have, where you can see their feathers clearly. But
I like this overall shot, Elaine.
thank you.
I like it. It's where's Waldo?
Where's Matador Beach?
Malibu.
North of Zuma.
But he put his damn watermark on the
See that?
photo. Okay, so now you guys won't give me a real. Never mind. All right, the wrong photo is.
This is really good because it's all singled out. The only thing I would maybe adjust is there's I'm distracted by the red handkerchief at the very bottom of that, but like
this is
just
the first time I'm noticing the red bandana on his pants. It's the first time I'm noticing it. I should crop that out with the water.
it's an X. Yeah, or crop it out or just use like Photoshop and kind of.
Oh, yeah, it's easy to do.
Yeah, that's better. See?
There you go.
Yeah,
That's
perfect.
beautiful.
Much
better.
That's,
Yeah, Jay, it's really.
Yeah, that's what it was supposed to be, but I worked so hard on the count of the photos, and then I realized I have room for mine, so I put mine in at the last minute. Sometimes I don't put mine
But this
in.
is really good because he's all by himself and he's got a great expression and it's all there.
And you got a nice dark background.
yeah.
Repetition of the blue on the mic and his hat and the red on his shirt and the keyboard or mixing board.
And I learned today that Electric Mayhem is a Muppets thing.
Huh?
Did you know that?
What?
Yeah.
It's the
And
Muppets
isn't that with
music
the? Yeah, you're right. It's exactly
video.
that.
He's wearing an Electric Mayhem
Oh, what's his name?
t-shirt.
Oh,
I want one.
what's his name?
I do too.
Yeah.
Our next photo goes by the title of Flow. Whoa, whoa, yeah, I'll save that. I'll save that. No problem. Yes, I want to replace it. Flow.
Nice.
Nice pattern.
So I shot that from the bridge on Haskell Creek before you get to the LA River with a telephoto lens, and I like water. I'm just a big fan of water and like that, and I wanted to see what would happen, and I shot it. I shot a bunch of them. And then I like this one the best just because of the contrast between the water curling as it was getting ready to go over something versus the smooth that was on the right side. I have no idea of why it created the little lines like it did, but it did, and I think they're really cool.
Yep. What you might do, take this and really take the hue and put the blue in it. It would really be dynamic. I mean, the black and white is really great, but when I get something like this, I kind of play with it.
Right.
Is it black and white or color? I see some. I don't
This
know.
actually is color. And it's
If you use the black and white,
it was in shadow because of the bridge. And there's a little bit of green there.
Yeah, that green kind of, I don't know.
I think those other shapes that are in the water are caused by the reflection of what's around it. I've had that happen too. It almost looks like you dropped a petal there to get that little perfect circle.
Yeah, I didn't.
Very cool.
All I did was push the button.
I like how you highlighted, but I mean, in this picture, it's amazing what nature's physics does. I mean, just look up in the upper right, all those concentric circles, but then, oh, wow, that just, it's like, don't take acid or something and look at the picture, I guess.
Well, it's great patterns.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
Next photo is called Leaving a Peaceful Wake.
That's lovely.
Love it, love it, love it.
Nice. Very nice.
You can almost make out letters in the foam. There's a CS and an exclamation point at the end. That's what I see.
Somebody
What have you been drinking?
Taking acid?
No, it's fine. There's a heart in there.
Are those fish along the top part?
I don't believe so. I believe that was just the water.
Uh-huh.
Air trapped underwater before it turns to foam, I guess.
Yeah. This I took it off of the ocean side pier. Pardon?
Beautiful shot.
This is great composition.
Excellent treatment. What is the crop format? Excellent treatment. Really, really well done. Thought out.
Thank you.
So is that a super wide angle also? Like your
Oh, no, that was just a, I don't know what it was on the zoom, but that was just a zoom lens, 18 to 85. And they were swimming past the end of the pier, and I leaned over and took the picture, and then I cropped like this.
It tells the story.
Thank you.
Was that shot from a drone, or how'd you get it to look like it's on top like that?
I was leaning over the end of a pier.
Okay.
But not
Luckily, he didn't fall in.
Nice.
Testing fate with that camera. Meows.
This was a friend's cat, and I just thought he had such attitude, and he was sitting still.
It looks so three-dimensional. It looks like he's going to climb right out of the screen. Or she.
Like your Wi-Fi name or password has changed. To update your Wi-Fi information.
Was that with a flash? Because it turned out pretty good.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't. It's an old photo. I just ran across it.
If it was a flash, you'd see it in the eyes.
That's true.
It would be red, right?
Or just a spot.
Thank you, Linda, for choosing an old photo because I get a lot of questions about, oh, I haven't done any photo shoots lately because of COVID. The photo can be any age. That's wonderful.
Like that one with the guitar.
Like the one that was black and white on film at the very beginning.
Yep.
One thing I wish we would kind of discuss is how to find that golden moment, that just really is emotional or whatnot. I get very few pictures with that. And when I look at this cat, I think about that. How do you get that picture where it's like a wow moment or emotional, pain or pleasure?
It's called click, 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 click.
Yeah. You take enough photos, you're going to hit that. It's like all
Well,
sevens on the
it's
slot machine.
patience.
You gotta put quarters in that slot machine to come up with all sevens. The
Sometimes
next
what you
photo is
do
called ocean tracks.
That's cool. That looks like snow.
Wow.
cloud.
I love it.
It
Says ocean tracks, so I'm gonna assume that's water, but
It's the ocean. It is the ocean.
Could be
and
snow.
those are the tracks that a ship makes as it's going on the ocean. And so I have a series of these of different colors, both in the track and in the water, that just gives a good feeling. I like it, so I did it.
Do you shoot them from a plane?
No, I shot them from the back of a ship.
From the back of the ship. Got it.
Yes.
It's the wake.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the wake.
it's the foam in the wake.
And did you do some Photoshop to do the contrasting colors?
Well,
like
the water isn't that color, so
a lot more than a little.
Sure.
No, but I have different colors of the tracks.
Is
So
that snow?
no, it's water. It's the ocean.
Where's the white coming from? White.
Photoshop.
Huh?
Photoshop.
Photoshop editing, but
Just
yeah.
takes it real high key.
Yeah, the picture is edited.
Got it. Mhm.
Good answer, Photoshop.
But it makes for like a lovely artistic
Right,
presentation.
that's what I was
so
going
love
for.
that.
Yeah, the abstract is really cool.
Okay,
It has a similar kind of feel to the fellow that was swimming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have found a title that's longer and harder to say. Oso Flaco Creek's Psychedelic Water.
See.
We're all taking a dip in the
So
ocean.
it seems like water is a theme in the last few photos.
Yeah, sure. Look at that.
And that was an aha moment for me. The actual photo is very brown, beigey. That's all the colors. And then on color mix, I think it's called color mix in the Photoshop. I started pushing some colors, and all those colors started popping out, and I was really amazed that all those colors were present, but my eyes were not able to see any of those.
See, I'm
It was
surprised.
my eyes was just brown.
I'm surprised you asked Bob why the water looked the way his did.
Yeah.
You've done.
But those, you see, if you don't have the color red,
I'm right in the
and you
middle of the
move your
meeting.
level,
I'll have
it's
to
not
call you
going to
back.
change anything.
How you doing?
No, you changed everything. Photo didn't look
But
like
no, only the
Okay,
colors
I'll
that were
talk to you in a little
present.
bit.
The color, for example, red.
Is everybody drinking the same Kool-Aid?
that. Yeah.
Yes,
I
yes.
was waiting for that for a comment like that. Acid.
So it was really amazing to me. I'm not really interested in that kind of photo, but I thought it was very interesting to realize that all those colors are actually present and we don't see it.
I don't think they're present. We don't see it. I think they're Photoshop enhanced. Yeah, okay. Portrait.
Well, yeah, yes, exactly. It's
Portrait
enhancing
with a
the thing that we
cigar.
don't see. Okay,
Nice job, Nora.
Oh, that's
thank you.
interesting.
Portrait with a cigar.
Really interesting.
This was, I actually shot this at a Civil War reenactment.
That's
So
what I
he
was thinking.
was one of the reenactors. But the real thing that caught my eye was the hat, beard, and the cigar.
Yeah.
Okay.
He looks angry.
No, I like that stern look. I like the glimmer in the eye.
Glimmer in the
I'm just
eye.
curious.
You have
I'm
the
just
catch
curious.
light in the eye.
Yeah,
Bill,
I like
I'm
it.
just curious why you didn't take this down a little bit. Just a little bit. I like that it's
Actually,
here.
this was an earlier one. If I would probably go back, I would do exactly that. I'd be much more manipulative of the distractions.
But I was really attracted to this photo when you sent those photos to me. I really enjoy this. What a
Well,
character.
I think you're right. That stuff on the right is a lot of the stuff that I'm very sensitive to now. In other words, I'm kind of the king of the crop, so I try to focus on what I'm really trying to put across, and that is total distraction. And I appreciate your comment.
You matured nicely.
You can see the stars and bars over his
Yes.
shoulder there a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
it
we've
was
got-
mainly the facial expression and all the other little things that went along with it.
The cigar and the shadow of the cigar and the scarf. I love it.
Yep.
There's
you.
3 to go. The next one is called Spikes.
Wow. Nice.
Really
Love the color, the green and red.
Looks
Yeah,
like a real head.
I enjoy this photo a lot. I enjoy this photo a lot. It's a great crop.
Wonder, was it photo stacked or was it a really like a F20, F22, F32 type exposure?
You know, I went to a macro class, and that's exactly what I would say. F22, F32, maybe brought indoors. There was no wind, so maybe it was tented. This is just awesome. Probably
The background really enhances it too.
Oh, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This has got to be a very long exposure too. Maybe 30 to 40 seconds. My guess. We'll never know.
And look at the information.
F4.
70 millimeter, 1/125th of a second. Unbelievable. Nikon Z7. Yeah. All right. Blew me out of the water. An ISO 100. Okay. It's one of those easy pictures you can take on your daily walk.
Little snap.
Just a snap. The view under the pier.
That's lovely.
Yes, it is.
It is, and I never get tired of this pier. It's got such character.
Well, the ship on the right kind of gives it depth.
And it's got like a staircase, doesn't it? Don't you see
Yeah.
like a staircase, the way the wave came through the pillars?
Well, I think your positioning is really good because if you go to the left or the right, it changes totally.
Yeah, I never get tired of this pier. And the ship does help.
Yep.
Somebody waited for that
The
ship.
color palette is wonderful. And I like the glow of the light all the way down the center against the pier columns. Just the glow of the water in the mist,
I
so
agree.
that being accentuated really draws your eye down there, and it's like, wow, what's beyond there? That's really nice.
I agree. Symmetry.
Color palette again is great.
Yeah. Color palette, symmetry, And the fact that these clouds broke up or are actually prominent and that ship is right there, remarkable timing or waiting for it or just a great shot.
Take the ship and put it down in the middle.
I like it at the side. I like how
It's nice. Yeah.
It spices up the symmetry. It's a little bit of a
It's a herringbone.
It gives it a reality with that ship off to the side.
Yeah, it's the herringbone. It's what we need. And our final, very final photo is Upper Antelope Canyon.
Oh,
nice.
Oh.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Wow.
I would lighten it a little bit more and bring the colors out.
Yeah, this is straight out of camera. I didn't do any post on it.
Beautiful.
If anybody goes there, I recommend playing around with your spot metering as well as the evaluative metering. So this was spot metered, which is how I blacked out the edges.
Yeah.
Do you need reservations to get in there now?
It's great
Do you need
advice.
reservations? Can anybody go, or do you need reservations? Are there?
There's tours. I was actually on a tour run by my the photography company I was with. So my boss made all the arrangements, but it's on Navajo land. So you're basically paying a premium to go on a tour. They're not super cheap. It's not like a public land.
Nice.
Very nice.
Okay, I'm going to take a short
It looks
break.
like chocolate. It looks so good.
I'm going to take a short break between this and the presentation. Stop the share. Oh, we can see each other's faces now. Isn't that wonderful? How the technology works. Who's drinking wine? Nobody's drinking wine.
I'm drinking wine.
I stop my
Water.
Well, this is my first time with the group, and I'm really impressed with the photographs and the comments. And I think that's how we all learn, is by being very straightforward. And everybody has a different opinion. You know, I might see it one way and Steve will see it another way, but there's no right or wrong. It's your own personal interpretation. And I'm not above manipulating the hell out of anything to make it better.
Thank you, Bill, for saying that. That's we've morphed into this organically over the course of 13 months. And we finally came to a point where there's anonymity, there's no scoring, there's honest commentary and constructive criticism, and I really feel good about this meeting tonight. It went beautifully. I thank everybody who was here, especially those that are here, and I thank everybody that contributed a photo. And the watermarking thing, the lack of, with the exception of mine, I don't know how that got by.
We should talk to that.
I think that works. I'm not going to ask for a raise of hands. I'll just wait for the hate mail to come in. And I'm sorry about, and I will apologize. I realized the pacing wasn't really good. Some people may feel that I was too short on their photos. Some people felt I was too long. I was getting texts during this meeting, but it is what it is. I try my best.
It was very nice though, Jay. You did a great job.
And I do have tremendous praise for Deanna because she asked if I'd be so kind to show a little video of hers. And I figured, well, I'm not going to say no to somebody. I like that I contribute. And whatever it is they're going to contribute, I'm going to show it. But I've played it 6 or 7 times for myself. It's just delightful. I'm so looking forward to sharing it with everybody. I'm going to mute my microphone, let you talk amongst yourself because I want to get the video started and then I want to back it up and pause it and put it on the screen for sharing. So let me do that.
Welcome, Bill.
Why do you
To the
look so
club.
far away?
Why do I look so far away?
Yeah, you did. You looked like you were a mile away from your camera.
Well, I put the background on blur. I don't know
Okay.
if that makes a difference. But
I know, you just-
people were talking about all sorts of drugs and everything, so I figured I'd wear my tie-dye, a blurry background, and you know.
What would you say
Yeah,
about
I remember my first acid trip.
Oh, here we go.
Deanna, do you wish to intro this one? Or it says it? It really does say it,
It
right?
says it in the video.
We'll talk
Yeah.
about it later. Let's just get this thing going. It's the best 4 minutes I enjoyed. Well, 28 minutes. We're not seeing video.
I love that.
Sound okay?
I love it. It's sensational.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
A lot of work. Nice done.
Wow.
So creative.
Oh, you ought to put it on YouTube
It-
or whatever. It's fantastic.
It's marvelous.
Thank you so much. It was, so my daughter is now in college, but during the pandemic, she was a senior in high school, and so she didn't get to do the prom. She didn't get to graduate. She didn't get to go to Disneyland, for grad night. And then came Halloween. She loves Halloween. Well, all of our kids do. Our family. I got married on Halloween, so we love Halloween. But and then Halloween in 2020, it was on Saturday. There was a full moon. It was going to be great, and then it got canceled. Like nobody can go out because of COVID. So she kind of rebelled against that, and she asked like a GoFundMe for money to get so she could design all the costumes. And then every day she would get dressed up and, okay, where are we going now? And I guess what are we doing? What's the theme for the day? And so, yeah, there was an Alfred Hitchcock theme. And it was nice because whenever we went somewhere, there was hardly anybody there because of the pandemic. So we were like all alone and we could do whatever we want, because you're going someplace and then she's dressed up like that. So it was kind of like, yeah, don't look at us. We're just taking pictures,
Look away.
And then it was a great bonding experience. I got to keep her around for a little while longer, and we were having fun. It was symbiotic because she loves to be dressing up, and she does costume design in college now and stuff. So, and then I love to take pictures. And in the past, I haven't been very good at taking pictures of people. Mostly, I like things that don't move around a lot.
Got it.
Like
Now,
people.
now.
Oh, I tell you. No,
But,
that's so
There's
but
a
it
lot.
was such a good time.
So Deanna, are we good friends? I think we're good friends. You know what
I
happened?
think so.
You know what happened? I have 3 different programs for the presentation tonight. You couldn't tell because all of them crashed, and I had to start fresh. But I have a video player called VLAN. And when I put your video into VLAN, I don't remember what my last project was, but the first thing, portrait became landscape, so it was sideways. You had to look at it sideways. So I figured out where to fix that, and then I realized it was mirrored. So I wasn't seeing your pictures the way I was supposed to see them. Kind of kaleidoscope-like. Do you have a sense of humor? Can I show that video that I made out of the kaleidoscope?
Sure.
Kind of thing? I hope you have a
Yeah,
sense
I mean,
of
that
humor.
sounds
It'd be
different.
a lot of fun.
It
You'll
goes
either
with
never
the theme
talk
of
to me
our
again.
taking acid, right?
You may not ever talk to me again, but it is certainly worth it. I think you're going to love it.
Okay. Oh no. So funny.
Jay, Deanna might not be mad at you, but I don't think her daughter's gonna like it.
No.
Oh well. Cyclops.
Oh, it's
Oh my gosh. That works.
Wow.
Have fun with that.
Oh, that
was
was funny. Oh my gosh.
I'm glad you No, it's okay. Very hesitant to showing that. Still see the smiles, so I'm okay with that.
Yes.
All right, that was a fun meeting. I'm going to end it for the YouTube people, and we can hang. Everybody knows my meetings, you can hang for another hour if you wanted to, but we'll see how it goes. And I'm going to end the recording, so say goodbye to YouTube. Bye, YouTube. Yeah, you should join, right? YouTube people should join.